Exceeding Expectations is the latest episode title of Power Book Ghost 2. And this is episode 2, so let's get into it and let's not talk about it. And what I like about this is the direct aftermath of the original show. But I think once this show gets a few seasons down the line and the further and further you get away from the aftermath of the original show, I think it could lose its sparkle a bit. As for this episode, I actually like this episode. We did kick off. Tasha is under a lot of threat here. It's not looking good for her. You know, even with the new attorney that's been appointed, he looks like he's going to be an attempt at main character. He's going to get him pushed. He is on the wallpaper for the show, so I'm expecting big things for him. Can he get her off? I'm not too sure about that. Will Tom Egan go down for the murder of Ghost? We'll have to wait and see, but we see Tyreek, he's going to some classes, he's late though, and he's getting buried, and we've just got constant back and forth in the classroom, you know, swearing. It's like, I know it's college, like, but like, where's the sense of control for this teacher? And it's like one of the students is just like ghetto, and it's like, how are they even at this college reading about books, man? They don't have a clue what they're on about. Tyreek does show a bit of intelligence, but then he gets buried for not reading the book, and he sticks his head down, you know, like most people would when they get buried inside a classroom, because what's he going to do? I mean, he might have a few bodies on his record, you know, in terms of shooting, but could he really have just whipped out a gun and shot the teacher? No, you can't do that in college, so Tyreek just has to know his role and kind of accept where things are going. But he did write the report for Seek on Moby Dick, so again, like, that is a lot of what this series has been so far. It's literally Tyreek's like adventures in college, and we're introduced to a lot of more characters through him. But again, Parr ended with Ghost sending him to college. Well, from the grave, he sent him to college for the grave because, you know, he needed to do 4 years in order to get that estate, the trust fund, whatever we want to call it. But the teachers decide then, you know what, this might be a good idea if we hold like a vigil for Tyreek, well, Ghost, but you know, it's essentially for Tyreek. And I just knew at the time that this was going to be an absolute disaster, man. We see Simon Stern kind of scolding Tyreek. It's like, yo, this can't happen. You are not your father. And then he's like, yeah, you know what, you are your father. But we've got the new attorney wanting Tyreek to blast Ghost at the funeral. Simon Stern's kind of wanting him to not even acknowledge Ghost. Meanwhile, we've got Sax under pressure to actually, you know, try Tasha under the kingpin / queenpin stature. So it's not looking good for Tasha in that regard, because I mean, the amount of heat coming down from Mac and this Democratic Party guy is pretty immense. And realistically, Mac got Sax's job back. Mac should be like, me, I got your job back. I'll take it away for you if you don't, you know, deliver on this. But why can't Mac just step up and attempt to get this? I don't know. Sax, though, he's trying to work this case, essentially. He'll only be able to get the job done. I mean, we see a bit more of the two teachers at Tyreek's college. I don't really care for them. You know, they set up the Virgil for Tyreek, which just turned out to be an absolute disaster, to say the least. I mean, he shows up and he's like, what the fuck's this? And he leaves. And that's all before his father's funeral. And you know, I can't blame him for completely walking away, and he decides to go to a party with his wee buddy, and then, you know, they use their weight, so to speak, to get the cops just to leave them alone, because we're the ones that put the pole in this college, so accept that. Then Uncle Frank appears out of nowhere, played by the same guy that plays Angel Batista in Dexter. Turns out he's out of jail. Obviously, we've got this family meeting. Tyreek's there with Seek, with his family. You know, we've got Kane there, we've got the head honcho, Mama, she's there. And essentially Frank's like demanding a bit of money, and he's asking these weird sort of questions, and Kane then drives Tyreek home, and Tyreek's like, ain't it obvious? Your Uncle Frank's a fucking rat. He's like, he's what? He's a rat. You know, he's like, these things take a while. You just don't get released from prison. There's hearings and all that stuff. He's obviously made a deal. And then the episode, one of the last scenes of the episode is essentially Kane killing Uncle Frank here. So yeah, Uncle Frank is dead. Again, I like, you know, I don't know the actor's name, but the guy who plays Angel Batista in Dexter, he's a good actor. I mean, from just to get introduced here and be killed off within a couple of minutes, I don't know, it seems like a wasted opportunity, to be honest. We've also got Tasha needing a morning after pill inside prison, not for her, but for some other inmate. Tyreek manages to sort that out. We then get Ghost's funeral, where we're reintroduced to Rashad Tate. Like I said, I've talked about him in a couple of theory fids. You know, he was supposed to get his own spin-off, apparently, but here he is here. appearing. So yeah, we've got Tasha being pressurised into doing the speech, but then she's not allowed to do the speech. And then they're like, we've got a man that could do it. Sax acting all smug. Tate could do it. Then Tyreek decides to step up. I really like the speech here at the funeral. Seeing Ghost getting laid into the ground. We also seen Ghost's uncle make an appearance and confront Tyreek. So it was a good funeral scene. And for the second season in a row, well, I'll say the second season in a row, this is a different show, I guess. I mean, it is a spin off. Episode 2, that's where all the funerals seem to happen in the show, so you can expect that, man. But good speech, from Tyreek. I really did enjoy this. Sax then manages to get the upper hand at the end because he brings Blanca Rodriguez back. So yeah, she's returned to the show. So a lot of people returning. I'm liking this. There was already continuity, but I'm liking the fact they're bringing so many recurring characters back. It is seriously feeling like the same show, but when it's different, flavour, so to speak. Got a wee bit of herbs on it. But she admits, it's like yes or no questions, and she's like, yes, Tasha knew about that. Yes, Tasha knew about that. And then as Sax leaves after getting the upper hand on the attorney, she's like, Sax is a dirty motherfucker. Like, why does she want Tasha St. Patrick to get off with this murder? Like, I get it. It's kind of dirty what Sax is doing with the Democratic Party, right? To take Tasha to court and, distance Ghost for all that stuff and bring heat to the party. But this entire family is corrupt, man. They all know. It's... This Rodriguez, man, she needs to hold her L and just accept this. And do it. The episode ends with the Puerto Rican cop guy visiting the head honcho mama, and she's like, get me all the information you can on Tyreek St. Patrick. And that's where it ends. It's another decent episode. It's like another 6 out of 10 for me. I like the fact we've seen a few returning characters, but that's all it's going to get. Exceeding expectations. The expectations are probably whereabouts where they are. We're missing Ghosty in here anymore. Tommy's not in the show, and there's a lot of other characters that aren't here, so I think the show is desperately missing like Tommy and Ghost. But here, that's the point of a spin-off. You get other people's point of views and all that crazy stuff. But anyway, guys, 6 out of 10. Till next time, peace.